Hello students, in today's video I am going to discuss what is the variable separable form of a differential equations and how do we solve the questions. So let's get started. Now what is exactly the variable separable method is? Basically, solving a differential equation means integration, and to integrate a function we need to separate the variables, that is the function of x and dx in one side, and bring all the function of y and dy on the other side, because we cannot integrate a function of x with respect to any other variable. So we need to separate out all the expression, all the function of x along with dx in one side of the equality sign, and get all the function of y along with dy on the other side of the equality sign. So this, if this is possible, that means if the variables can be separated, then it is known as the variable separable method. Now let's have a look at the first question. In the first question, it is given, find the solution of the differential equation, and the differential equation is dy by dx is equal to e to the power x plus y plus x square e to the power y. Now in the right hand side, e to the power x plus y can be written as e to the power x into e to the power y. Now if we take e to the power y common in the right hand side, we will get e to the power x plus x square. Now you can see that the variables can be separated very easily. That means this e to the power y we can take on the left hand side along with dy, and e to the power x plus x square in the right hand side along with dx. Now after separating the variables of x and y, we can easily integrate this functions, and after integrating e to the power minus y dy, we will get negative of e to the power negative y, and after integrating these two function, we can write integration of e to the power x dx as e to the power x, and integration of x square dx as x cube by 3. And now we can write one constant of integration, that is c. Here it is noted that we can write constant of integration after integrating each function, but if we add, if suppose there is one constant of integration c1 and here one constant of integration c2, then when we will add this c1 and c2, or we subtract this c1 and c2, then we will get at the end a new arbitrary constant, that is c1, that is c. So no need to write the constant of integration after integrating each function. Just put the constant of integration on either side of the equality sign. Okay, so when we'll write this negative of e to the power minus y on the right hand side, we'll get the solution, and this is the required solution of the given differential equation. Now come to our next question. This is the question. You have to check whether these variables can be can be separate out or not. Just sec square x tan y dx is equal to minus of sec square y tan x dy. Now you can see that sec square y dy, and if we take this tan y in the denominator, then this expression of y and dy can be written in the right hand side or in either side of the equation, and sec square x and this tan x, if we take in the denominator, then sec square x tan x along with dx can be written in the left hand side. In this way, we can see that easily we just separate out the variables. Now we have to find the solution. It means we have to integrate these two functions separately. If we integrate this function, we'll get log of tan x, and if we integrate this function sec square y tan y with respect to dy, we will get log of tan y. Now, how this log of tan x and log of tan y comes? I have been seen that in the solution of differential equation, you have to be a very strong base on integration. Without integration, you cannot solve the differential equation. So make it sure that before starting this chapter of solution of differential equation, you need to revise the integration very thoroughly. Okay, just see, if we apply the method of substitution over here, then you can see that in terms the tan x you can substitute as a new variable p. Then if we differentiate tan x, we will get sec square x. Both sides you differentiate with respect to x. What will happen? It will be sec square x and it will be dp by dx. That means you can write as sec square x dx is equal to dp. That means in sec square x dx you can write dp, and in tan x p can be written as p. So when we'll integrate dp by p, it will give the value log of p by the formula of integration. Log of p means log of tan x. In the similar way, this function can be written as log of tan y. And one constant of integration we will take for our convenience as log of c, because when we will write this constant as log of c, then we can by using the property of logarithm, we can write all the terms together and we'll get a very specific result. So when we will bring this log of tan y on the left hand side, it will give log of tan x tan y by the property of logarithm, and in the right hand side this is log of c, and then again by using the property of logarithm we can write tan x tan y is equal to c. So this is the required solution of the given differential equation. Now let's start with another question. It is given that dy by dx is equal to x2 log x plus 1 upon sin y plus y cos y. Now it is we simply write this sin y, y cos y along with dy, and x2 log x plus 1 along with dx. In this way we just separate out our variables, and then we'll just simply integrate both the side of this equation, and this will give by the property of integration, it is sin y dy plus integration y cos y dy is equal to 2x log x plus x dx. Is it clear? Now write it as it is. So write sin y dy is integration of sin y dy, and we'll see what will happen. And here you can see the product of two functions. If we take y as first function, cos y as second function, then you can see that by the product rule, that first function into integration of second with negative sign, differentiation of first function, integration of second, and the integration of whole this function with respect to dy. And in the right hand side 2 is already there. X log x, again if we take log x as first function and x as second function, Then first function, integration of second with negative sign, differentiation of first function, integration of second, and whole integration with respect to dx. And plus x dx is already here. Now this is sine y dy, and here it will be y of sine y. Differentiating y with respect to y gives 1, and after integrating cos y dy, it will give sin y dy, and this sin y dy with integration sin y dy will cancel out with this sign integration sin, positive sin y dy. So this two terms will get cancelled out. And here you can see that if we integrate x, it will give x square by 2, and that 2 will get cancelled with this 2, so it will be only log x x square. And here differentiation of log x is 1 upon x, and this x integration of x will give x square by 2, so this 2 and 2 will get cancelled out, and x square will get cancelled, and we will have negative of integration of x dx, and this negative of x dx and positive sign with x dx will get cancelled, and we'll have only y sin y is equal to x square log x plus one constant of integration, that is c. So this is the solution of our given differential equation. Now come to our have a look to our next question, and it is very important question. It is given that y minus x dy by dx is equal to 3 1 plus x square dy by dx. So this can be written like this also. Now take all the terms containing dy by dx, we take the dy by dx common, and we will have 3x square plus x on the right hand side, and this 3 you can take on the left hand side, we will get y minus 3. Now this y minus 3 and dy terms you write together, and write 3x square plus x along with dx in the left hand side. So we'll have this expression. Now you can see that we cannot integrate this function directly. Okay, left hand side we cannot integrate this function directly, we have to integrate this. We can write this expression in the partial uh, in by partial fraction we can write this expression like this. Okay, if we write 1 by x 3x plus 1 as a to the power x plus b to the power b by 3x plus 1, then the first we have already done now, that this rational function can be written like this. This is two functions are in the linear form, so a by x plus b by 3x plus 1. Now you can write this as 1 equal to a 3x plus 1 plus b x, taking LCM. Okay, now if we substitute the value x is equal to negative of 1 by 3, then we'll get the value of b, because it will a will be 0, we'll get the value of b is equal to minus 3. And if we randomly take x is equal to 0, then b will be 0, so we'll get the value of a as 1. So when a is 1, b is minus 3, so right here, and after plugging this value, we can write 1 by x 3x plus 1 is equal to 1 by x with negative sign 3 by 3x plus 1. So now we will write this expression in this partial form, and we'll have, now it is very easy to integrate these two expressions. If we integrate 1 by x, it will give log x, and if we integrate 3 by 3x plus 1, it will give 3 log of 3x plus 1 by 3, and this 3 because of this. Here 3x plus 1, if we simply put as p, then 3 dx will be equal to dp. So dx will be 1 by 3 dp. That means dx will be 1 by 3 dp. And what is 3x plus 1? That is p. So this is log of p. So log of 3x plus 1, and this 3 and 3 will get cancelled, and we will have, after integrating this dy by y minus 3, again we will have log of y minus 3, and for our convenience we are taking the constant of integration as negative of log of c. Now this log c can be taken in the left hand side. It will give log x plus log c is equal to log of y minus 3, and if we take this term in the right hand side, it will give positive sign log of 3x plus 1. Now this can be multiplied, log of y minus 3 3x plus 1, and this will give log of cx by the property of logarithm. Now we can write this as cx is equal to y minus 3 into 3x plus 1. Is it clear now? Now let's have a look at the next question. The question is given as 3 e to the power x tan y dx plus 1 minus e to the power x x square y dy is equal to 0. In the similar way, we will just write this expression on the right hand side and just put all the terms containing x uh, along with dx and terms containing y along with dy. It is very easily, these variables can be easily separated, and after separating the variables, we will integrate these two expression, and when we will integrate e to the power x by 1 minus e to the power x, we will get log of 1 minus e to the power x. How? Because again we will use the substitution method. If we substitute 1 minus e to the power x, the new variable t, then we'll, after differentiating both sides with respect to x, we'll have e to the power x dx is equal to dt. That means e to the power x dx is equal to negative of dt. That means here e to the power x dx can be written as negative of dt. This 3 was already there, and in the denominator 1 minus e to the power x can be written as t. Now in the right hand side, if we substitute tan y, the new variable v, then simply after differentiating tan y with respect to y, we will get x square y dy is equal to dv. So this will give dv by v. Now I forgot to put this integration sign here. Now when we'll integrate this 1 by t with respect to dt, we'll get log of t, and when we will integrate 1 by v with respect to dv, we will get log of v, and we will take the constant as log of c. Now this 3 can be written in the form of power by using the property of logarithm. So we will have 1 minus e to the power x. This will become a cube, and this is equal to, this is positive sign, so we'll write these two terms in multiplication form, that is c tan y. So log of 1 minus e to the power x cube is equal to log of c tan y, and then we, in the next line, we can write 1 minus e to the power x whole cube is equal to c tan y. Now come to our next question. It is given that 1 minus x square into 1 minus y dx is equal to x y 1 plus y dy. Now you can see, just write all the terms containing x with dx and all the terms containing y with dy. Just separate out these variables of x and y. To get the solution, we have to integrate both the expression. Just integrating both sides will have, we can see that in the left hand side the integration is very easy because 1 minus x square by x, so can be written as 1 by x minus x dx, and 1 by x, when we will integrate 1 by x we will get log of x, and when we will integrate negative of x dx we will get x square by 2. The problem is here in the right hand side. In the right hand side we will use the substitution method of integration again. If we substitute 1 minus y as the new variable t, then what will happen? Y can be written as 1 minus t, so dy can be written as minus of dt. So in this way all the terms of y can be written in terms of t. So after writing these terms we will get this 1 minus t, 2 minus t by t dt. And this 2, when we will multiply 1 minus t and 2 minus t, we will get t square minus 3t plus 2 here divided by t. And this is very easy to integrate this type of function. You will write t square by t dt as t dt. This t and t square, one t will get cancelled and we'll get t dt plus 3 dt plus 2 1 by t dt. If we integrate this, we'll get t square by 2, 3t minus 2 log of t plus 1 constant of integration c. And in the left hand side, 1 by x is log x and integration of x dx is x square by 2. So when we'll plug the value of t in terms of y, we'll write all the original value, that is t as 1 minus y, and we'll get this expression. So this is our solution. Clear? Now we'll stop here. The next question is the question of particular solution. All these solutions are general solution because here in the solution there is one arbitrary constant, so no specific values are given to this arbitrary constant. So these solutions are known as the general solution. But in particular solution we assign some specific value to the arbitrary constant, and for this some initial conditions are given by which we can uh, assign the particular value to the arbitrary constant. So these when particular values are assigned to the arbitrary constant, it is known as the particular solution. When the arbitrary constants are general, that means there is no particular value, then this is known as general solution. So in the most of the question we find the general solution of the differential equation. But in the next question we are going to find the particular solution. The method is same. Okay, first we have to find the general solution, then by the given condition we'll get the specific value to the arbitrary constant. So let's get started. It is given that dy by dx is equal to e to the power x plus y. You have to find the solution of this differential equation, and one some there are some initial conditions, and it is given that for x is equal to 1 we'll get the value of y is equal to 1. Find the value of y when x is given as equal to negative of 1. Clear? So in the first step you have to find the general solution. Don't substitute the values of x and 1 y equal to 1 initially here. This is not the way. Find the particular solution, you have to find the general solution first. That means the same approach, simply just separate out the variables and then integrate and we'll get the solution. So e to the power x plus y can be written as e to the power x into e to the power y. Now bring this e to the power y in the denominator and write e to the power x along with dx in the right hand side. Now integrate both the expression. When you will integrate e to the power minus y with respect to dy, we'll get negative of e to the power minus y, and we'll integrate e to the power x with respect to dx, we'll get e to the power x plus 1 constant of integration. This is the general solution. Now come to the initial condition. What is the conditions given? The value of x is equal to 1 when y equal to 1. Okay, so use this condition. We just substitute here x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. So what will happen? It will be negative of e to the power negative 1, and this is equal to e to the power 1 plus c. So we can write c is equal to negative of e to the power minus 1 minus of e to the power minus of e. So this is the particular value of the arbitrary constant c. Now the question is find the value of y when x is equal to minus 1. So if we substitute this value in the general solution, what we will get? We will get negative of e to the power minus y is equal to e to the power x plus the value of c is minus of e to the power minus 1 minus of e. So right over here. Now the condition is find the value of y when x is equal to minus 1. So write it, x is equal to minus 1. When we'll write x is equal to minus 1, this e to the power minus 1 and negative of e to the power minus 1 will get cancelled, and we'll have negative of e to the power minus y is equal to minus of e. So this minus and minus will get cancelled, and we'll have e to the power minus y is equal to e. E means e to the power 1. So the value of y, the base is same. So indices will be same. So y is equal to minus 1. So this is our answer. That means when x is equal to minus 1, y is equal, y will be equal to -1. Here for x equal to 1, for x equal to will be -1, because for x equal to -1, in the question it is mentioned that what will be the value of y when x equal to -1. So here just correct it, right here x is equal to -1, then y is also equal to -1. So this way we can find the solution of differential equation in which variables can be separate out very easily. Is it clear now? Okay, this is enough for today. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video.